Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience in the first week or so with the Moto G4. The first thing I noticed about the Moto G4 upon initial setup was that it actually didn't come with some basic apps like a traditional photo gallery or a voice recorder or even a memo pad. But it could have just been a general stock Android thing that I've never experienced before because every phone I've had in the past had a skin on it of some kind. And one of the problems with my previous phone, which is actually a Samsung Galaxy Grand Prime, was its lack of storage. I would constantly be running out of space, even with only maybe 10 or so apps, including the ones pre-installed. I would still be running out of space constantly. And I would always have to delete things, delete photos, clear my caches all the time, constantly delete apps that I actually needed just to make room for new ones. However, with this phone, it has not been a problem. I got the 16GB edition of the Moto G4, and so far I've installed plenty of apps, probably over 20 or so, and I still have plenty of space for photos and music and everything. Now, my LG G3 that I had up until February of 2016 will always be remembered, in my opinion, as having the best display I've ever had on a smartphone. However, the Moto G4 is a very close second. Even at its lowest brightness setting, the screen is usable, unless of course I'm in direct sunlight. As far as performance, in this first week or so, 10 days, I've had a couple of hiccups just switching between apps, and so far I'm having this weird issue where sometimes it will, when I'm in a phone call usually, it'll just shut off the screen and I won't be able to turn it back on by pressing the power button, and it kind of gets stuck in its off mode. The phone is still working, but I can't operate the screen. I'm gonna have to look into that. I consider myself an average user. My main thing is forgetting to close my apps, so I usually have a lot of apps open at the same time, then I clear it and it's fine. And I do have notifications coming in pretty much all day. However, like I said, I've only had the phone for about 10 days now, so it's hard to really truly analyze performance. And pretty much the same thing applies when it comes to battery life. Like I said, I'm an average user, so on a really good day, I can get about 12, maybe 12 and a half, 13 hours of phone usage all day, having the screen on almost all the time. In my notes, I have moderate usage, 12 hours, 100% to 12%, and about 12 hours, and then a little beyond that, maybe an hour and a half later, I was down to 3%, so it was time to charge. But the heaviest stuff I do on my phone is really just streaming HD video over 4G. Now finally, I'll talk about the camera, which is actually really good, much better than my previous phone. Everything is basically an improvement over my previous phone, so of course I'm going to be very happy with the results. There are some features in the Moto G4's camera app that I never had before, like zoom and selfie mode, but I'm not sure I'll ever need that. There's also a professional mode, which allows you to adjust settings like ISO, shutter speed, exposure, and white balance. Take a look at this camera test for photo and video mode and let me know what you think. Test on the Moto G4. This is the selfie camera, and I believe I'm on all auto settings. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video.
The gameplay is accompanied by soothing music to help you concentrate and adds to the overall serene experience of playing the game.